Jai Gurudev and Namaste. We are honored to be in conversation with a senior Art of Living teacher and an officer with the Vedic Dhamma Sansthan. Today we explore the profound mechanics and mysticism behind Sudarshan Kriya, particularly how the teacher becomes a server of breath for the participant. Jai Gurudev and welcome. Jai Gurudev, it's always a delight to speak about breath because breath is the bridge between the body, mind, and consciousness. And yes, there is deep precision, mathematics, and divinity in the process. To begin with, how do you view this sequence of a three-stage pranayama, three rounds of Bhastrika, Om chanting, and finally Sudarshan Kriya as a preparatory and sequential model? That's a beautiful question. The structure is intentional. Each practice prepares the nervous system and respiratory cycle in stages. The three-stage pranayama uses slow inhalation exhalation rhythms in four, one, two, three, four, breathe in, hold two, three, four, then six counts of out, one, two, three, four, five, six of stage one, and so on. This isn't random. These mathematical counts are how we guide oxygen intake and carbon dioxide release. Then comes Bhastrika, a more dynamic. And for second stage and third stage, for second stage, the count would be the same. Third stage, there is a little difference. For Bhastrika, more dynamic breathing to stimulate the sympathetic system and flush stagnation. It recharges the prana and clears emotional residues. Om chanting centers the vibrations. Now, the system is ready for Sudarshan Kriya, where cyclical breath patterns guided by mantras take the practitioner deep into restful awareness. You use a striking phrase, a breath server. How is the teacher serving breath mathematically to participants? Imagine a server transmitting data packets to a device. Similarly, a trained art of living teacher gives exact counts like breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. These counts are mathematical keys. Each count matches a tempo that helps the participant align their respiratory muscles, alveolar oxygen intake, and mental focus. When the teacher gives a breath count, he or she is synchronizing oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange in each participant, almost like metronome syncing musicians in an orchestra. Without the teacher's guidance, many would overbreathe or underbreathe. So, yes, the teacher serves the breath mathematically, and the participant is served oxygen in exact measure, supported by rhythmic verbal instruction. How does and what does the science say is happening when breath is done at specific rhythms? That's excellent. Breath at different paces stimulates the autonomic nervous system differently. For slow breathing activates the parasympathetic system, lowering stress hormones and reducing heart rate. It allows a greater oxygen uptake and controls CO2 release, which stabilizes blood pH. Bhastrika, with the forceful inhalation and exhalation, raises cellular oxygen levels quickly and pushes out excess CO2. It's like blowing carbon soot out of an exhaust pipe. Sudarshan Kriya with uh, the rhythmic slow, medium, fast cycles resets the brainwave patterns, improves oxygenation, and brings hormonal harmony. Each count the teacher gives is like a code, a mathematical instruction that the body deciphers into respiratory cycles and pranic balance. In the Vedic context, what does this breath guiding service mean spiritually? In our Vedic tradition, the guru or teacher is seen as a conduit of prana. Breath is a pranavayu, divine life force. When a teacher guides your breath, they are not just instructing, they are channeling a divine rhythm passed down from the rishis. By giving breath counts, the teacher enters into the breath body of the participant as a servant of consciousness. This is a sacred act. The teacher becomes a nadi or channel transmitting not just oxygen and carbon dioxide regulation, but grace, presence, and awareness. The mantras in Sudarshan Kriya further align the breath to cosmic vibrations, making it more than a physical act. It becomes a yajna, a sacred offering of breath, and the teacher facilitates this sacrifice. A final message for practitioners and aspiring teachers. As a practitioner, know this: every breath you take in class is being lovingly counted by someone who trained for months or years to serve you. That count is a mathematical act of compassion. As a teacher, remember you are not just guiding breath, you are serving life, balancing gases, and invoking the divine through your voice. When the breath moves right, the mind settles and the soul shines. Thank you for illuminating the sacred mathematics of breath and the noble role of the teacher. Jai Gurudev, breathe with awareness and let every count guide you home, Jai Gurudev. Yes, there is an incredibly intelligent design behind how Sudarshan Kriya unfolds, and the teacher plays a very unique role. You can say the teacher becomes like a breath server, almost like a live algorithm guiding the flow of oxygen and release of carbon dioxide in a participant system rhythmically and mathematically. Let's begin at the start. The warm up before Sudarshan Kriya consists of three-stage pranayama, 3 rounds of Bhastrika and Om chanting. What's happening here in terms of physiology and teacher guidance? That's very beautifully layered. In the three-stage pranayama, the breath is guided in three distinct positions. In the first stage and the second stage, arms raised at shoulder level. First stage is normal seated position, and third stage is arms fully raised upward. At each stage, the teacher gives a specific breath counts. For instance, for 1 2 3 4 hold 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 that way. The teacher controls the tempo, the duration of inhale or oxygen intake and exhale carbon dioxide release, adjusting it for the group's energy. It's almost like the teacher is tuning each student's respiratory instrument, harmonizing their internal system with nature's rhythm. This is where the teacher functions as a server. They regulate how much oxygen enters and when the carbon dioxide is released just through verbal count and timing. And then comes Bhastrika 3 rounds. It's much more forceful. What is the teacher doing here? In Bhastrika, the breath is energetic. It's fast inhalation and exhalation through the nose with force. Here again, the teacher gives a count, maybe 20 strokes per round. The participants breathe through that count. Why is this important? Because when the teacher counts 1 to 20, every second the student is consciously inhaling oxygen and pushing out stale air, carbon dioxide, toxins, emotional residues. The teacher here isn't just giving a count, they are literally pacing the cellular purification process. Think of it like a software update. The teacher is the server, and each student is like a device downloading fresh prana packets with every breath. Then comes the transition with 3 ohms. Yes, this is like the sacred bridge. Ohm balances the left and right brain, activates the vagus nerve, and prepares the mind to receive the deeper rhythms of Sudarshan Kriya. The teacher's tone, pace, and timing of the Om becomes the frequency that entrains the group to a shared energetic state. Now let's go into the main Kriya. Can you explain how the breath flows mathematically and spiritually under teacher's guidance? In Sudarshan Kriya, the teacher gives instructions maybe on a tape for slow, medium, and fast rhythms. These rhythms are not arbitrary. They are precisely designed cycles based on the thousands of years of yogic wisdom, fine-tuned by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji. In the slow rhythm, breath is long and deep, stimulating the parasympathetic response of relaxation. In the medium rhythm, the breath is rhythmic and moderate, balancing both energies. In the fast rhythm, the breath is rapid and short, like a cleansing fire, invoking energy and release. Now, here is the key: the teacher gives rhythm based cues through mantra or hums, and every participant synchronizes their breath. So, if the rhythm is so hum, so hum, so hum, then with every so, the participants inhales, and with every hum, they exhale. The teacher is serving not air but timing. That timing regulates how long the breath stays in and when it leaves, and at what interval. This rhythm resets the autonomic nervous system. This sounds like a sacred dance between the instructor and the practitioner. How do you view the teacher's role in this? Absolutely, just as in a yagya, the ritvik, the priest offers ghee into the fire at the exact moment of the mantra. Here, the art living teacher or the guru offers the count, and the participant offers the breath. This is pranik yagya. The teacher is the yagyacharya or server. The student is the yajman or the serf. The breath is the offering, and the body is the altar. Every count becomes a mantra. Every inhale is prana being invoked, and every exhale is karma being released. What is your final reflection on this mathematical mystical art? Gurudev has often said the rhythm of the breath is the rhythm of life. When a teacher guides breath through count, they are not just managing respiration, they are tuning the mind, balancing the doshas, resetting the nervous system, and even guiding consciousness. And the beauty is it's accessible to all, a sacred service where science bows to the soul. Thank you for this profound clarity. It truly redefines the way we understand a breath, not as something we take, but something we receive and something our teachers gracefully serve. Jai Gurudev. Jayagurudev, now you both have led thousands through pranayama and Sudarshan Kriya. From the outside, it looks like a group breathing together, but inside us, it's a precise service architecture. Could you explain what this service really means? Jayagurudev and Namaste. Yes, it's not just breathing, it's a sacred transmission of rhythm. As a teacher, I serve the participants' breath by becoming the server of time. Through counts, tone, and presence, I regulate their oxygen carbon dioxide cycle, energy flow, and nervous system state without touching them, only by entraining them. From a Vedic perspective, breath is prana, and prana flows in mantras or measured units. When the guru or teacher sets the matra, or the disciple becomes synchronized with cosmic order, that's what happens here. The teacher becoming a living metronome, calibrating each student's body mind. What does the teacher exactly serve in three stage pranayama? In the three-stage pranayama, I serve timing and posture coordination. Each stage has a mathematical breath ratio. Say inhale for 6 counts or 4 counts, exhale for 8, whatever it is. By guiding this precisely, I lower their breathing rate to 4 to 6 per minute. This reduces the sympathetic drive and raises parasympathetic activity, calming the brain. And in yogic science, such slow breathing awakens the Ida Nadi, cooling and calming the left hemisphere of the brain. The server, by fixing the count, ensures that the inner fire doesn't agitate but harmonizes. How about in Bhastrika? It's fast, energizing. How is that served? Here, I serve by managing intensity and recovery. We guide about 20 breaths per round, 1 stroke per second. That's 60 liters of air per minute. Without proper rest, this can cause dizziness. So, after 20 rounds, I give a clear stop command and guide a recovery pause. This is like pressing a reset button on their internal chemistry. In terms of service, the teacher protects the student from imbalance. Rapid breathing purges CO2, holding afterward causes it to rebound gently. This carbon dioxide fluctuation is a therapeutic pulse. Only a trained breath server knows when to start, stop, and allow silence. The 3 ohm seems simple. What is served here? Deceptively simple. I elongate the ohm using the formula of 5-5-10 formula. I'm serving a vibrational cadence, helping their vagus nerve enter resonance. It's like tuning the body as a sitar. If you chant too short, the resonance doesn't reach the brain. Stem Om is the seed vibration of the cosmos. When served in matra rhythm by a teacher, it awakens the nada na or subtle sound. This balances vata dosha and brings the listener to the threshold of dhyana or meditation. Sudarshan Kriya itself has long, medium, and fast breathing bands. How does the teacher serve here? Here I serve a breath algorithm. We begin with long, slow breaths uh, in and out. I hum or use a musical tone to guide a medium rhythm. Then the fast rhythm. My role is to help participants and train to reach each rhythm within 1 or 2 breaths. This requires a total presence, vocal precision, and sensitivity to the group's energy. It's like a yagya. The teacher is the hota or the priest calling the mantras. The breath is the ahuti or the offering, and each count is a sacred invitation. Every inhalation is apana going up, every exhalation is a prana or descending. The teacher unites these through rhythm. That's pranayama as a yagya. You mentioned maths behind the breath. Can you explain more? Sure, each cycle is timed, for example, in long breath. That affects the CO2 level, which affect blood pH, which affects neurotransmitter release like serotonin. In fast breaths, it activates the slight CO2 drop, activates the brain's arousal center. So I am literally guiding their gas exchange ratios, blood flow, and brain states through voice. This is not random. In Shastra, this is called Matra Pranayama. Each matra or breath affects a chakra and a nadi. Teacher, by counting, becomes a conductor of a subtle orchestra. Is there after service to what happens after the Kriya? Absolutely. I serve stillness after the rhythm. Once Kriya ends, we lie down in Savasana. I guide a 5 minute body scan silently or Yoga Nidra or gently. This is where integration happens. Breath, mind, and body realign. I also ensure no one leaves immediately. The body needs time to settle. In yogic terms, this is pranasthapanam or anchoring the awakened energy. Without this, the kriyas effects can be lost or cause restlessness. The teacher's silent presence here is a subtle final service, like seating a ritual with a sacred ash. How are teachers trained so to offer such service accurately? We go through rigorous training. We are tested on breath count, precision, observation skills of reading faces, body signs, cadence, adaptation, slowing rhythm if someone struggles, in emergency support, guiding someone to normalize if they panic. Each Kriya teacher is like a breath engineer regulating internal climate. The teacher becomes a Jnani Karma Yogi, one who serves with precise wisdom. They carry the lineage energy too. Their presence is not just technique, it's transmission. What is your message to those who participate in Kriya, and how should they receive the service? Come with humility and openness, let go of performance. Just listen, follow, and trust the rhythm. You are being served not just oxygen, but silence, stillness, and joy. When you breathe to the teacher's count, you are not following a person, you are aligning with cosmic breath. The Guru Tattva flows through that voice. Receive it with reverence. The breath will carry you home. Jai Gurudev. So, breath as service, how the teacher regulates the prana flow, and how exactly does the teacher acts as a server during the three-stage pranayama? That's a beautiful question. In three-stage pranayama, the teacher sets a specific breath count rhythm of breathe in, two, three, four, hold, two, three, four, then breathe out, two, three, four, five, six. Each count given by the teacher literally regulates the diaphragm of the participant. When I say inhale one, two, three, four, I am not just giving numbers. I am guiding the length, depth, and pace of oxygen intake. And exhale one, two, three, four, five, six. I am helping them release carbon dioxide gently without triggering breathlessness. The teacher exactly becomes a metronome of prana, just as a heart has its own sinotrial node to regulate beats. Here, the teacher becomes the actual peacemaker or the pacemaker of breath. This is why the Vedas say the just as the senses follow prana, prana follows time. That is yatha indrayani prane, prana kale niyamayate. The teacher serves at kala niyame, the breath based control of breath. What happens during Pastrika? The teacher gives quick counts or claps. How does that translate into a service? During Pastrika, the breath is forceful and rapid, around one breath per second. That's 20 breaths in 20 seconds. Here, the teacher gives hand movements or vocal rhythm to synchronize the energy field of the group. If I see someone getting too fast or slowing down, I adjust my volume or clap frequency slightly, just like tuning multiple instruments in an orchestra. Biologically, this rapid breathing increases oxygen saturation and temporarily reduces CO2 levels, creating a slight alkalinity in the blood that has a purifying and energizing effect on the nervous system. Spiritually, it's like burning off impurities, a mini Agni ritual done through breath. And then come the three Om chants. What service happens here? With Om, the teacher offers a resonance service. We chant Om in a specific ratio, say 5 counts, 0, 5 counts, M, and then 10 counts of silence. This produces a vibratory pattern that activates the vagus nerve, calming the entire body. As a server, I also tune the pitch. A deep Om grounds the group while a lighter one uplifts them. My Om becomes the reference frequency, like a tuning fork. They align with that. Also, remember, in the Vedic tradition, a nada or sign is a carrier of energy. When a teacher chants Om with the Shraddha or devotion and a Samyak Matra or right duration, it becomes a sattvic wave balancing the inner winds or vayus. Let's talk about the main Sudarshan Kriya. It has three rhythms: slow, medium, and fast. How does the teacher serve here? Jai Gurudev, yes, this is where the real mathematical service unfolds. In the slow cycle, I guide breath rounds in a very slow manner. In the medium cycle, I drop to different one and the fast one to different one. The participant follows these rhythm changes purely by my instruction or recorded voice. They don't think they surrender, and in that surrender, their breath pattern becomes cyclic, coherent, and deeply cleansing. It's like a yagya of breath. The teacher is the yajaman, the ritual host, and each inhalation exhalation is an offering to the inner fire. With every count, the teacher aligns the mantra, breath, and intention. This is seva through time. And physiologically, the breath cycles shift autonomic tone between sympathetic and parasympathetic. This oscillation enhances the HRV or the heart rate variability and even influences brainwave states from beta to alpha to theta. That's profound. What about safety and adaptability? How does the teachers or participants of different health backgrounds That's a beautiful point. I train teacher observes constantly facial tension, shallow breath, dizziness. If someone seems uneasy during the fast rhythm, I reduce the count silently. I might switch or slow them without disrupting the room. Also, before the session, we screen participants for if any medical condition is there for asthma, BP, or medications. This allows me to modify pace. That's why we call this conscious service. It's not mechanical, it's mathematical, but also compassionate. Vedic texts call this bhava yukta karma, action done with awareness and feeling. Is there any aftercare service the teacher provides? Yes, after the Kriya, I guide the group into complete stillness. I say softly, let go, rest. That silent phase allows the prana to settle and the nervous system to integrate the experience. Then I bring them back with the grounding instructions, wiggle fingers, open eyes slowly, so they return gently without shock. In subtle terms, the teacher seals the energy field. This is like the Avarana mantra at the end of a puja to protect and preserve what has been awakened. This is truly a sacred art. Any final message on how this breath based server served model can uplift humanity? Yes, when a teacher becomes a server of rhythm and silence and the student becomes a receiver of breath and grace, something miraculous happens. The mind dissolves, the heart opens, and the prana flows in its highest intelligence. In the Vedic vision, when one breath synchronizes with another in dharma, and the result is a sangha, living, breathing, collective harmony. That's the power of this service. So, breath as a seva, the sacred science of guided respiration. You spoke about rhythm, safety, and timing. Can you explain how the teacher holds the group energy field during the Kriya process? Absolutely. Every group of participants forms a collective pranic field. Each individual brings a unique vibration, some anxious, some calm, some distracted. As a teacher, I'm not just counting breaths, I am tuning the entire group energy like an orchestra conductor. Even before the Kriya starts, I observe the emotional climate of the room. Is it restless? Is it dull? Based on that, I subtly adjust the volume, tone, and tempo of my instructions. If the group is anxious, I use softer voice tones. If they are low in energy, I might lead with a more lively bhastrika. This is seva at the level of vibration management. From the Vedic lens, this is called prana samyam yajna, a controlled sacrifice of prana guided by the yajman or the teacher. Just like a priest adjusts firewood and ghee in an agnihotra, here the teacher adjusts sound or mantra or breath or vayu and stillness or akasha to bring the group into sattva, a space of pure balance. It's not mechanical, it's deeply intuitive and rooted in shraddha and observation. During Sudarshan Kriya, especially the rhythmic breathing, participants often experience emotional release. How is this held as a service? Yes, this is a very real phenomenon. Breath unlocks suppressed emotions from the cellular level. People may cry, yawn, feel joy, or even laugh suddenly. My role as a teacher is to hold non judgmental space. I keep giving the instructions with calm presence, creating a container of safety. The structure of rhythm is their anchor. So, no matter what arises emotionally, they can safely ride the breath and not the chaos. And if someone breaks down, I gently support them after the session with silence, water, or reassurance. This is seva of the heart, not just of breath. In yogic terms, these emotions are called samskaras, imprints lodged in the manomaya and vijnanamaya koshas. The rhythmic breath stirs them up like wind in a pond. The teacher, acting like a divine breeze regulator, ensures that these samskaras rise, dissolve, and don't traumatize. In ancient texts, this is what is meant by Guru Kalmat Kalam. That is, the guru is the time being. The teacher lends their inner stability as a sacred timekeeper. After Sudarshan Kriya, there is often a period of deep rest or silence. What is the teacher's role here? This is the most delicate and transformative time. After Kriya, the system is open and vulnerable. Prana is reconfiguring itself. I guide everyone to lie down in Savasana, and my voice withdraws. The silence is not empty, it's potent with the integration. I make sure no one moves abruptly or opens their eyes too soon. This is post Kriya Seva, ensuring that the pranic architecture settles properly. In the Vedic tradition, this is equivalent to the Purna Ahuti of a yajna, the final offering, where no more action is needed. Silence is the ash of the fire, and it must not be disturbed. The teacher becomes the guardian of the sacred ash, protecting that purity of energy the participant has touched. How does this process carry into daily life? Is there a continued seva beyond the session? Yes, after class, I always check in with people. Some feel elated, others confused. My role continues to follow up emotional guidance and connecting them to a daily practice. We also teach them how to do short kriya on their own but with care. Even when they are not in class, my breath counts live inside them. They hear my voice when they practice at home or room or even with YouTube or Sattva app. That's what I call breath based mentorship. This is the gift of lineage. The teacher serves as a carrier of the master's sankalpa of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar Jesus' intention. The counts, the rhythms, the pauses, these are transmissions, not techniques. When a teacher teaches Kriya, they are serving not just a breath, but the Guru's presence through breath. This has been a profound journey through something as simple as sacred as breath. Any final thoughts? In this tradition, we say Seva is not doing something for someone. Seva is becoming the instrument through which grace flows. When I guide Sudarshan Kriya, I am not just counting, I am serving as a bridge between divine rhythm and human breath. And in that service, both the server and the served becomes one. In that oneness, true healing happens. Jai Gurudev, so how does the teacher's role in three-stage pranayama go beyond mere instruction? Jai Gurudev, in three-stage pranayama, the teacher doesn't just give instruction, they mathematically regulate the breath patterns of the participants using precise counts like 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These counts ensure inhalation brings in oxygen in a rhythmic uniform flow, exhalation releases carbon dioxide without strain. The pace of breath stabilizes the autonomic nervous system, reducing stress. The teacher is essentially acting like a breath regulator or conductor, ensuring each participant's system is in sync with the natural flow without a participant needing to consciously manage it themselves. What is the mathematical and energetic service offered during Bhastrika? But in during Bhastrika, the teacher counts loud in out for 20 fast breaths. This elevates oxygen levels, rapidly energizing body and mind, flushes out carbon dioxide and stagnation from the system, and prepares the lungs and nadis or the energy channels for the deeper rhythmic patterns of Sudarshan Kriya. Here, the teacher ensures the participant neither overdoes nor underdoes the practice. The count becomes a metronome of oxygenation, safeguarding the participant's health and enhancing effectiveness. How does the chanting of Om serve the student at a vibration level? The Oms chanted before Kriya are not just sounds, they are vibrational alignments. Each O resonates through the chest and head, calming the mind. The Ma hums through the nervous system, creating a gentle, blissful anchor. The teacher guides the chant's length and tone, ensuring the vibration reaches deep into the participant's energetic and emotional body. This is subtle service tuning the internal instrument of the student. How is a Sudarshan Kriya rhythm slow, medium, fast, a deeper service? In the Sudarshan Kriya, the breath moves in three rhythms slow, medium, and fast, guided by the teacher's voice and mantra cues. The teacher serves by modulating oxygen carbon dioxide exchange across different rhythms, creating wave patterns that deeply influence brain waves from beta to alpha and theta, guiding the student into meditative states without needing conscious effort. Just as a server offers the right dish in the right sequence, the teacher offers each rhythm at the right moment to unlock healing, release, and inner silence. What is the teacher's role in ensuring safe emotional release during Kriya? As participants breathe rhythmically, old impressions or samskaras may resurface in the form of tears, laughter, or intense emotions. The teacher's stillness and presence provides a safe, energetic container where participants feel held, subtle cues, or silence to allow release without shame or interruption. The strength of equanimity ensuring the student doesn't feel overwhelmed. This silent, non-verbal emotional seva is as crucial as a verbal instruction. What happens after Sudarshan Kriya ends and how does the teacher continue to serve? After Kriya, there is typically a period of deep rest or Shavasana where the nervous system integrates the effects. The teacher may give gentle reminders, just rest, let go, ensuring participants don't jump out of the experience. Sometimes the teacher shares light wisdom or silence, planting subtle seeds of awareness. The post-prayer moment is like a digestive phase, and the teacher helps the student absorb the nourishment of the practice. In what way is the teacher like a server in a divine restaurant? The teacher is like a server in a spiritual restaurant. The breath is the food, the rhythm is the recipe, the student is the guest, and the kriya is the feast. The teacher doesn't eat for the student but creates the perfect environment for them to receive the full experience with grace, precision, and love. How does the teacher maintain their own balance while serving others? The teacher is trained to remain in a state of centeredness. Their service comes from inner silence, not effort. They remain unaffected by others' releases because they have regular self practice, connection to the lineage and master His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji, and knowledge of how prana flows and purifies. Jai Gurudev, how is the teacher's breath count in three-stage pranayama a precise physiological tool? The teacher's breath count, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, serves as a regulating breath cycle that stabilizes the respiratory rate across the entire group, brings conscious control over the autonomic nervous system, particularly the parasympathetic side, rest and digest, supports heart rate variability or HRV, leading to calmness and increased resilience to stress. This is not just guidance, it is real time physiological modulation done mathematically and rhythmically by the teacher on behalf of the participant. How does the teacher ensure individual safety during group Sudarshan Kriya practice? Even in a large group, the teacher continuously scans for signs of discomfort or breathlessness or dizziness among participants. They may adjust the pace or pulse instructions for the whole group if needed, offer verbal reassurances or alternate instructions for beginners or sensitive students, encourage participants to listen to their bodies and take breaks, emphasizing self awareness as a part of service. What is the importance of breath awareness introduced by the teacher? Breath awareness is the foundation for all the practice. The teacher brings participants' attention inward, helping them observe their natural breath before changing it, creates a non judgmental space for students to witness breath fluctuations, helps to develop a mindful connection that later allows participants to consciously regulate stress responses. This initial breath awareness service sets the stage for deeper transformative breath work. How does a teacher balance scientific explanation with experiential guidance? The teacher often briefly explains the physiological effects of oxygen exchange and nervous system balance to build trust and understanding, emphasizes experiential learning over intellectualization, encouraging students to feel rather than just think, uses simple metaphors like breath is your inner wave alongside exact counts, blending science and soul. How does the teacher handle the variation in participants' lung capacities in health conditions? The teacher provides optional modified counts or breaks for those with asthma, high blood pressure, or other conditions. Encouragement to practice at their own comfortable pace without comparison. Close observation to prevent overexertion and promote safe, sustainable breathing habits. What role does the teacher's own practice play in the quality of seva? The teacher's personal daily practice maintains their energetic clarity and calm needed to guide others effectively, deepens their understanding of subtle breath sensations and challenges, and keeps them connected to the spiritual lineage and source of the technique. Their authenticity becomes a living example, making their service resonate more deeply with participants. How does the teacher use silence during the practice as a form of service? Silence is not emptiness but a powerful presence. The teacher uses pauses between breath cycles to let participants feel the impact of each rhythm, silent observation to notice energy shifts in the group, while quietude to support introspection and allow natural emotional release. This silent seva holds space for transformation beyond words. How is the rhythmic chanting of mantra synchronized with breath a tool of energy regulation? The teacher carefully times mantra chanting to match the inhalation and exhalation cycles, creating a rhythmic vibratory feedback. Use sound to calm the mind and anchor attention, facilitate deeper pranic flow by activating energy centers or chakras through vibration. This service combines breath, sound, and mind into a single transformative experience. How does the teacher support participants who experience intense emotional release? When participants experience crying, shaking, or laughter, the teacher maintains a non judgmental, compassionate presence, offers gentle verbal or non-verbal reassurance to encourage safe expression, sometimes suggests light grounding practices post-release like gentle movement or hydration. This emotional seva helps integrate the breath's cleansing effects. How does the teacher manage energy flow in participants with different levels of experience? For beginners, the teacher keeps instructions slow, clear, and repetitive, uses simpler counts to build confidence, and provides more frequent rest periods. For advanced practitioners, encourages deeper, longer breath cycles, introduces subtler energetic cues, invites participants to explore inner silence and stillness. This tiered service ensures all benefit optimally. How does the teacher's service reflect the Vedic idea of seva or selfless service? The teacher offers breath guidance as an act of selfless giving without expectation of reward, a channel for divine energy facilitating transformation for others, a sacred duty that honors the ancient tradition of healing through breath and sound. Seva here is both a spiritual practice and a lived experience. How does the teacher facilitate group coherence during an in person session? The teacher deliberately staggers vocal cues soft to loud to bring everyone back into sync if the group drifts apart, uses visual scanning and subtle hand gestures to realign late or out of phase breaths or breathers, introduces a collective clap or om at key transition points, anchoring everyone into the next rhythm simultaneously. This ongoing realignment is seva at the level of collective resonance, ensuring the entire group moves as one organism. How is the service adapted for online or hybrid classes? In a digital setting, the teacher must modulate microphone volume and tone so that the latency doesn't break the rhythm, provide on screen visual timers, or count subtitles for those who struggle to hear. Use two-way video feedback when available to watch facial cues and adjust pacing. Here, Seva becomes a techno-sattvic, blending ancient breath wisdom with modern connectivity tools. How do teachers train to become such skilled breath servers? Teachers training involves metronome mastery, practicing counts against electronic click tracks to achieve the precision, energy sensitivity, partner drills where trainees learn to read micro changes in each other's breath and posture, and adaptive protocols, scenario based exercises guiding beginners, helping someone who faints, tailoring for older adults. Graduating teachers demonstrate they can serve breath with the same reliability as a precision instrument. How is biofeedback technology used to enhance the service? Some centers integrate a wearable HRV monitors so the teacher can see real-time group HRV trends through on a dashboard, adjust counts, or introduce a pause if sympathetic markers rise too quickly, and offer custom slowdown micro sessions for subgroups showing early stresses. This is a fusion of yoga seva with the cutting-edge science, maximizing safety and effectiveness. How does the teacher support long-term transformational growth? Beyond individual sessions, teachers lead weekly check in circles where participants share experiences and the teacher offers targeted tips, provide recorded guided breath tracks for home practice, each tailored to different needs, stress relief, energy boost, sleep prep, mentor advanced practitioners to become assistants, cultivating a self sustaining seva community. This ongoing guidance is seva that nourishes the seed of change planted by each breath cycle. How is the teacher's own inner balance maintained while serving others? Teachers practice daily Sudarshan Kriya plus silent retreats to recharge their energetic reserves, peer supervision rounds where they observe and give feedback to each other, and study of scriptures and lineage teachings to keep their motivation rooted in higher purpose. Their stability is the bedrock of the seva they offer, ensuring they serve from fullness rather than depletion. What is the ultimate impact of this breath based service model? When the teacher's precise counts, compassionate presence, and technical skill converge, participants experience deep autonomic recalibration, leading to lasting stress resilience, emotional liberation as old patterns are released safely, and a profound sense of connection to self, to others in the group, and to a timeless tradition of breath mastery. In this way, the teacher's seva becomes a catalyst for holistic transformation, one breath at a time. How does the teacher adapt a breath service for special populations, elderly, pregnant, or injured? Before practice begins, the teacher reviews any medical considerations, example joint issues, high blood pressure, or pregnancy trimesters, offers gentler variants, for example, lighter arm movements or shorter breath counts, example 3-4 counts of 3-6 to 8, demonstrate alternate postures seated in a chair instead of cross-legged, or ensuring everyone can receive the full benefit without risk. This is a compassionate customization tailoring the mathematical protocol to each body's capacity. What ongoing monitoring does the teacher perform during practice? At all time, teacher scans the room for changes in posture, facial tension, or sighing patterns, listens for irregular breathing sounds, gasps, or shallow breaths, and adjusts group pace, watches for subtle signs or mental distraction. If many look unfocused, they may re anchor with a short or quiet reminder to listen to the count. This continuous bioenergetic feedback loop is how the teacher serves real time safety and effectiveness. How does a teacher encourage daily integration of these breath services? After class, the teacher shares a mini practice of home doing practice for specific needs, stress relief at work, winding down before sleep, or boosting morning energy. Provides audio guides recorded on YouTube with the precise count so students or even a Sattva app can continue to receive the same server voice at home as well. Invite students to journal their experiences, tracking how even small daily doses of rhythm reshape mood, focus, and resilience. This is a Seva Beyond the Session, embedding breath mastery into everyday life. How does a teacher weave mantra into ongoing practice as a service? Beyond the Soham or the Kriya chant, the teacher introduces short seed mantras timed to the natural breath, fostering instant calm and anxiety. Teach a silent mantra repetition during daily tasks so the student's own mind becomes the server of their breath. Leads occasional mantra meditation gatherings, reinforcing collective coherence and deepening the practitioner's inner reservoir of peace. Here, the teacher is passing on tools for self service, empowering each student to become their own breath server. How does the teacher measure efficacy of their breath service? Teachers use a blend of subjective feedback. Students report changes in sleep quality, stress levels, emotional balance, simple metrics, resting heart rate, ease of breath, ability to sustain longer counts, or optional biofeedback such as wearable HRV monitors or pulse oximeters during pilot sessions, tracking objective improvements over weeks. This ongoing assessment ensures the teacher's service continues to evolve and refine. How does a teacher self reflect and improve their serving practice? Teachers engage in peer review sessions where they lead Kriya for fellow instructors and receive feedback on timing, tone, and presence, personal journaling of each class's flow, what cues worked, where students needed extra support, continuing education, attending advanced retreats, studying new research on breath science, and deepening their own practice. This internal seva, serving the tradition by upholding and improving the quality, is a vital as serving participants. How is all of this passed on within the lineage? The Art of Living and Vedic Dhamma Sansthan ensure continuity by apprenticeship models, new teachers co-lead sessions under seasoned instructors for months, standardized manuals, documented breath counts, cues, safety guidelines, and service protocols, annual teacher reunions, sharing innovations, research findings, and renewed inspiration from the lineage's source teachings. Through these measures, the service of breath continues unbroken the generation to generation. How does a teacher extend the breadth service through digital and mobile platforms? To ensure accessibility, the teacher provides branded mobile app sessions with pre recorded guided breathing tracks at various paces, push notification reminders timed to the participants' local schedule, time for a 5-minute pranayama, live stream drop in Kriya rooms where the teacher monitors chat feedback and can verbally adjust pacing mind session. These tech enabled services let participants receive the same precise counts and cues even when they are on the move. How is the breath service customized for corporate and organizational programs? In workplace workshops, the teacher conducts a pre session energy audit surveying stress hotspots in the team, designs targeted micro practices aligned to the typical work rhythms, post meeting resets, midday energy lifts, and pre deadline calm, provides team dashboards of aggregate well-being matrix, anonymized HRV trends. So leadership sees the ROI on breath service programs. This corporate seva integrates breath mastery into organizational culture. How do teachers serve trauma sensitive or therapeutic groups? For individuals with PTSD or emotional trauma, the teacher offers extended preparatory grounding body scans, gentle physical movements before any rapid breath work, uses softer, longer exhalations to activate parasympathetic safety signals, provide one on one check ins immediately after sessions, and if needed, refers to supportive counseling. This specialized service respects each participant's vulnerability and ensures healing through breath. How is the breath service integrated with Ayurvedic principles? Teachers collaborating with Ayurvedic practitioners match breath protocols to dosha constituents. Example slow cooling pranayama for pitta, energizing bhastrika for kapha, advice on dietary and lifestyle adjustments, and support shifts in prana achieved through kriya. Host combined Ayurveda Sudarshan Kriya retreats where morning breath work is followed by Ayurvedic massages or herbal therapies. This holistic seva addresses body energy and metabolism in unison. How is breath service tailored for children and adolescents? With younger groups, the teacher simplifies the counts using playful metaphors of, say, balloons or waves, shorten sessions to 5 to 10 minutes, interspersed with the gentle movement or storytelling to maintain engagement, uses visual aids, animated timers, or color coded breath charts so children stay in sync joyfully. This service plants the seeds of self regulation early in life. What metrics and feedback loops help the teacher refine their service? Effective metrics include pre and post session surveys rating calmness, focus, and emotional balance, wearable device data capturing HRV improvement and SpO2 stability across weeks, and session attendance and retention rates indicating how well the service meets participants' needs. Regularly reviewing these data points allows teachers to tweak counts, pacing, and session structures for maximum benefit. How do teachers support each other in maintaining high quality breath service? Teacher communities engaging monthly peer led practice labs where they exchange feedback on vocal tone pacing and energetic holding, mentorship circles pairing senior and junior instructors for co teaching and skill transfer, shared research forums discussing new findings in breath science and integrating them into protocol updates. This collaborative seva ensures continuous improvement of the lineage's breath offerings. What innovations are on the horizon for breath based service? Emerging developments include adaptive AI coaches that listen to your breath via smartphone mic and suggest live pacing adjustments, haptic wearable bands that gently tap your wrist in sync with ideal inhale exhale rhythms, and virtual reality Kriya environments where visual landscapes respond to your group's collective breath coherence. These innovations promise to extend the reach and precision of the teacher's service into new modalities. This continued How does the teacher serve multilingual or multicultural groups? In international settings, the teacher uses universal vocal cues, tone, rhythm pauses alongside brief translations, leverages nonverbal signals, hand gestures, claps, and synchronized group om to ensure everyone can follow, and provides bilingual instruction sheets or audio tracks so participants receive the same breath server voice in their own language. This cross cultural seva ensures no one is excluded by language barriers. What ethical and legal considerations guide the teacher's service? Teachers adhere to informed consent, sharing potential risks, lightedness, emotional release, and obtaining participants' acknowledgement, confidentiality, especially in trauma sensitive or therapeutic groups, respect and privacy of experiences, a shared scope of practice, directing participants to qualified healthcare professionals if serious issues arise. These safeguards uphold the integrity and safety of the breath service offering. How does the teacher adapt service for different time zones and schedules? For global participants, the teacher offers multiple live session slots to suit morning, midday, or evening routines, records high quality guided tracks with precise counts that participants can play at their convenience, sends timely reminders calibrated to each participant's local clock, fostering consistency in practice. This flexible seva honors each individual's daily rhythm. How is the breath service made accessible for participants with disabilities or mobility challenges? The teacher provides seated or lying down alternatives for all practices, ensuring safe body mechanics, uses audio only tracks for visually impaired students with very clear descriptive cues, and incorporates assistive devices, example pillows or straps, and guides caregivers in offering hands-on support when needed. This inclusive seva ensures everyone can access the healing power of breath. What ongoing self-care protocols do teachers follow to sustain their seva? Teachers maintain daily personal practice of pranayama, kriya, and meditation to replenish their own prana, and regular peer support debriefs with their fellow instructors to process emotional load and clear boundaries. Balance teaching schedules and rest days to prevent burnout. By serving from a place of fullness, teachers model sustainable seva. How do teachers foster community and peer to peer seva among students? Beyond individual practice, teachers organize local practice circles where experienced students guide beginners under supervision, host service days, inviting participants to volunteer in community events, extending breath service to others, and encourage buddy systems, pairing practitioners who support each other's daily kriya. This ripple effect amplifies the original seva into a living community. How does the teacher collaborate with scientific researchers to validate and refine seva? In partnership with universities and labs, teachers co-design studies measuring HRV, EEG coherence, and mood scales pre-post kriya, share protocol manuals so research labs can replicate count timing exactly, and participate in data analysis workshops, integrating findings backed into teacher training. This evidence-based seva bridges ancient wisdom with the modern science. How is participant data privacy maintained in tech-enabled seva? When using apps or wearables, teachers ensure anonymized data collection. No personal identifier stored with the physiological metrics, secure servers and encryption protecting any health or feedback information, and clear opt-in, opt-out options so participants control what data they share. Respecting privacy is a key pillar of trustworthy seva. What standards and certifications guarantee the quality of breath service? The Art of Living in Vedic Dharma Sansthan require completion of multi-level teacher training courses with written and practical exams on breath protocols, continuing education credits including annual refresher workshops and research updates, periodic peer audits where senior faculty observe and evaluate teaching sessions for adherence to service protocols. These rigorous standards keep the server service model resilient and authentic. What is the future vision of breath-based seva? Looking ahead, teachers envision global breath networks connecting millions in synchronized Kriya events for collective well-being, adaptive learning systems where AI tailors breath counts in real time to each individual's biosignals, and integration into mainstream healthcare, offering pranayama and kriya as standard adjunct therapies for stress, PTSD, and chronic illnesses. This forward looking seva aims to weave the sacred science of breath into the fabric of global health and harmony. How does the teacher integrate bandhas or energy locks and mudras as part of breath service? In advanced sessions, the teacher carefully instructs a gentle jalandhar bandh or a chin lock during exhalation to regulate throat pressure and enhance vagal tone, guides Agni bandha or the belly lock to support diaphragmatic control in medium kriya rhythms, and introduce a simple mudras, example Gyan Mudra during Shavasana, to seal pranic circuits. By weaving these locks and gestures into the breath count, the teacher deepens the energetic service, channeling prana with the greater precision. How does the teacher use music and ambient sound as a service layer? Beyond the voice, the teacher may curate soft instrumental tracks in the background to entrain alpha brain waves as participants transition from slow to medium rhythm. Use live percussion elements, example light at tabla beats, to punctuate fast band kriya, sharpening group synchrony, fade into natural soundscapes, birds, water during shavasana to support deep integration. This audio architecture becomes part of the breath services toolkit, using sound to reinforce pacing, mood, and resonance. What specialized service does the teacher provide during multi-day Sudarshan Kriya retreats? Over 3 to 5 day retreats, the teacher offers daily energy assessments, adapting each day's Kriya intensity based on group vitality and weather climate factors, leads sunrise and sunset breath sessions, honoring circadian rhythms and deepening prana alignment, provide one-on-one consultation slots, tailoring individuals' breath modifications and lifestyle advice. This retreat model is an immersive seva sustaining transformational momentum beyond a single class. How does the teacher's service extend through mentorship and alumni networks? After certification, senior teachers pair new graduates with the mentor instructors for co teaching opportunities and advanced feedback, host online forums where alumni share tips on pacing, handling challenges, and innovative cues, organize annual reunions for continuous inspiration, ensuring the Breath Server legacy thrives across cohorts. This mentorship network ensures that the original teaching service is multiplied and upheld over time. How does the teacher support students in sustaining practice months or years later? To foster long term habits, the teacher sends seasonal breath calendars suggesting focused example warming practices in winter, cooling in summer, runs check ins, webinars every quarter, answering questions and sharing advanced techniques, and publishes short practice refreshers, 2 3 minute audio clips addressing common slip ups like uneven exhalation or breath holding. Through these ongoing services, the teacher helps students transform breath into a lifelong ally, not just a weekend experience. Jagadev, so how does the teacher tailor breath service for shift workers and night owl schedules? For those on non-standard hours, the teacher designs circadian-friendly protocols with gentle cooling pranayama before a night shift to ease anxiety and enlivening the bhastrika post-shift to shake off fatigue. Offers power nap breath breaks, a 2 minute guided sequences that participants can use during a quick rest period to restore alertness without disturbing sleep cycles, provides recorded tracks labeled by time of day, sunrise energizes, midnight comes, so that each session matches the body's hormonal needs. How does the teacher apply breath service in crisis or emergency settings? Example, disaster relief volunteers. In high stress environments, the teacher conducts rapid grounding exercises that first responders can use on the spot to steady their nerves, teaches portable breath tools that can be done discreetly amidst chaos, and follows up with small group check ins using breath work to process secondary trauma and prevent burnout. This supports volunteers as resilience while they serve others in critical situations. How does a teacher integrate yogic philosophy and ethics into breath service? Alongside technique, the teacher shares core yamas and niyamas of nonviolence and truthfulness, contentment as breath ethics, linking each exhalation to letting go of negativity and each inhalation to cultivating virtue, invites reflective questions: who am I serving through my breath? Embedding karmic awareness into the practice encourages living breathfully off the mat, practicing kindness, simplicity, and environmental stewardship as extensions of pranayama's compassion. Thus, breath service becomes a conduit for ethical living as well as physical well being. How does the teacher use journaling and self observation as part of the service? To deepen insight, the teacher provides guided reflection prompts after practice. Example, notice one shift in your mood, capture any physical sensations, and reviews shared journal entries, anonymize in group check ins, highlighting common patterns and offering adjustments. Teachers a mindful logging where students note breath to emotion correlation, sharpening their self regulation long term. This serves the students' inner mentorship, fostering autonomy and self discovery. How does the teacher's breath service model contribute to societal well being? By training individuals in conscious breathing, the teacher cultivates emotionally regulated citizens who handle stress without reactive behavior, improving workplaces and families, and sparks community led practice circles that become local hubs of support, resilience, and altruism. Feeds into broader initiatives, schools, prisons, corporate wellness, where breathwork reduces absenteeism, conflict, and health care costs, creating a ripple of breathwork harmony. Jagradev.